this is the first of your quarterfinals for our $10,000 tournament. Jefferson Guaresi taking on Andy Varela. Varela representing 10th Planet Las Vegas, and of course that's, I believe, Casey Holsted's gym. Jefferson Guaresi Unity, and Projeto Social Lutando pelo Bem. My Portuguese accent is appalling, but I apologize. That, of course, is Cicero Costa's charity social project. And both these men were successful in their opening round matches via tech fall. Jefferson Guaresi taking the win over Kimoy Anderson, and Varela tech falling Gabriel de los Santos. And it's Varela on top here. We saw, Jay, some very heavy passing from him.
Yeah, his pressure is ridiculous, but you know, I think Guaresi's not letting him get that same grip that he had in his last match, and to apply that same pressure that he had. You know, Guaresi's doing a good job at just keeping it at bay.
I mean, it's a, you know, no disrespect to previous opponents, but it's a different ball game. You're taking on the #1 seed, the current no-gi world champion.
Yeah.
You know, it's a guy who's going to be very attuned to scrambling when you need to scramble.
Exactly. And, you know, you have to bring more than your A game against someone like Guaresi.
He's looking to play this high leg game over a loose open guard. Varela, the taller of the two competitors by quite some margin, is looking to pass on top here.
That's why his zero.
Stuff that top leg down.
It's worthy.
Look like, you know, he obviously wants to pass, but again, you know, we're almost 2 minutes in. You know, no one's gotten anything really secured submission-wise or positionally. You know, it's like, when do you start going for those Hail Mary submission attempts?
Yeah, because 7 minutes does rattle through fairly quickly here.
You know, it's like, when do you make that decision, you know, to stop trying to pass the guard? You know, you spend, like, you know, we're watching this evening, guys try to pass for 3 to 4 minutes, you know, no avail. And, you know, when do you start make that conscious decision to start actually fighting for the submission, just sitting back for it?
Sure, and I mean, let's assume a worst case scenario where, let's say you give up sweep points with each of those attempts. You could do that 3 or 4 times and still be fairly safe in the match.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so special.
4 minutes left on the clock here. This is the first of our quarterfinal matchups. Coming up after this, we're going to see Hunter Newton take on, well, I think we're going to see Hanato Canuto take on Aaron Wilson first, then Hunter Newton take on Oliver Tarza, followed by Pat Downey and Jake Shields. That is an absolute cracker of a match. But it's Guaresi with the single, picks it up, and he's not quite going to hit the 2.
That was a good scramble.
Wow, Varela with the speed when he needed it. I mean, we said in Varela's first match, you know, dynamic wrestling up was something he knew he could do, and you saw it then.
It seems to be a common theme these days, you know, that wrestling up from the guard.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. And you've got to be able to wrestle in no-gi jiu-jitsu these days.
Exactly. And then I want to say one of the first people to really do that back in the day was, you know, Marcelo Garcia. Did an amazing job at just wrestling up from off his back.
Well, his ability to stand up without using his hands from his seated guard is just phenomenal.
Right?
So Guaresi again keeps trying to feed that top leg over. I wonder if he's going to look for a leg entanglement. Hasn't got all that deep yet. Inverting underneath, maybe trying to shoot a tornado triangle entry, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to know what he's thinking right now.
Yeah, you see that left leg all the way over, going to the far hip and causing the inversion there. Bit of upside down guard for Guaresi.
He's got a little mark, a little shiner on his face, maybe a little blood.
Yeah, there's some blood coming from the right eye. Clash of heads, more than likely. Didn't quite see where it happened. Again, Varela looking to pass, but he's staying very much at arm's length here. Guaresi voluntarily collapsing his guard, feeling quite safe in his inverted game, trying to shoot some triangles now. 2 minutes left on the clock.
Now it looks like he's like really going now.
Stepping the tempo up a little bit, certainly. Yeah.
But I'd really like to see, Varela go for some like submission attempt, even if it's for the, at the legs or something.
Is there anything he can do in the middle of these inverted rolls by Guaresi?
Yeah. He puts his foot in the position for the steamer lock when you invert. That, or if he grabs an ankle lock grip, and he turns the other way, he's got a yoke lock. I just don't think enough people look for him enough,
Yeah, you see that left foot, as Jay just mentioned, sometimes when you put the outside of the instep into the midsection, you put it in danger. I do feel like he gets it a long way across to the opposite hip, though, to protect it somewhat.
That is true.
We're into the last minute now, and this has very much been the story of this match. It's been Guaresi playing a very loose open guard game, looking for some inverted entries, and Varela trying to pass at distance. Just the frame of Varela is gargantuan compared to Guaresi. Guaresi much more compact.
Yeah. Short, stocky.
Indeed. You see, that's where you might want to see someone just fall for a leg.
Yeah.
The power of Guaresi there to just kick his leg straight.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why doesn't Varela just sit back for the leg right there, if anything, What's the worst can happen? It fails. There's only a few seconds left.
Fails, maybe you give up 2, and at this point the referee. Oh, backflip guard pass attempt. Didn't quite manage to line up, and they're back to the feet. Let's see if someone looks for a quick 2 here. Oh, he's going to. Now, interestingly, the judges are going to have to make a decision in the next 5 seconds as to who gets to pick the position. And Jay, which way would you leaning if you were a judge?
Gosh, that's tough. I would probably give it to Varela.
So let's see which way the judges are going to go. And 2 of the judges give it to Guaresi. Wait, no. It's golden score. The referee is just preempting here.
Oh, man. Confused.
Yeah.
This ref is confused.
Oh, they're arguing about who the... Okay, so 2 of the side judges gave it to Guaresi. One of the judges perhaps raised the wrong hand, and that confused the referee, but he did mean Guaresi. And Guaresi is going to choose close guard top. So for the first time in this tournament, we're going to see the guard of Andy Varela, who gets summarily picked up and guard open. There's the wrestle up. Can he score? Well, he's not going to score just yet. Well, they should be actually restarting from the feet.
Yeah.
Well, what is going... Where's he going? Oh, they're going to restart from the feet. And then we mentioned the wrestling up of Varela. He came very close, just ran out of mat space. 4:40 on the clock. First takedown here is going to win it. A very hard trip attempt.
It looked like a leg kick.
It certainly was. Turned his hip over and everything. 4:25 left on the clock here. It's 5 minutes overtime. One of these gentlemen is going to move forward to fight for 10. And it's a big pickup by Varela on the single. Oh, an anxious moment. The hips just came in at the last moment from Guaresi.
So close, so close.
And he says, no thank you, I'm going to sit to guard. Now, if we were to go through no score to the end of this, we get a judge's decision based on the entirety of the 11 minutes. 12 minutes. Oh, snap down headlock attempt. Guaresi looking to drag and kick one of the legs out.
Yeah, it would be to both individuals' benefit to just attack. Without obviously giving up the point.
Yeah, this is much how we saw the opening 7 minutes play out. Varela again looking to pass, and the willingness to invert. He tries to jump to the back. And what they've got to be thinking about now is who is the one who is going to be putting the impression on the judges that they really push the pace. You know, it's effective aggression to try and actually carry out point scoring and fight ending maneuvers is what the referees are scoring. You know, it's not cleanly just on the points.
I mean, it has to go to that if no points are scored. So it's like you got to decide who's been more active, who's been trying to attack the position mostly.
Oh, and here's a good bite for Guaresi. Varela, well, just manages to escape his arm. He got a sniff of the body lock there.
Yeah.
But he's never really been able to get close enough to Guaresi to form a tight connection. It's all been this very loose, open guard game by the Brazilian. We're perhaps getting closer to that Renato Canuto Jeferson Guaresi rematch that can only happen in the final here.
That would be an exciting match.
It certainly would be. Still a long way to go, though.
Yep.
Got quarters to get through and semis to get through. Well, we haven't been through the full length of a golden score period yet tonight.
We might see it right now.
We might. They are fairly evenly matched at this stage, and Guaresi trying to suck that arm in.
A minute and a half left in this round.
Yeah, so Varela hasn't really come that close to passing, but conversely, Guaresi's never actually got deep on a single thing yet either. Almost off balances him there, though.
Honestly, I think this is going to go either way, and I really don't want to give the judges.
No, me neither at this point. We're 0-0 through into the last minute. We will be going to a judge's decision on the entirety of the match if nobody scores in the next 55 seconds.
Really, it could be just a coin toss. Coin toss. Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be. I don't think that would be unfair, no matter which way that went. Thank you for joining us here tonight from the Sheraton downtown in Phoenix, Arizona. You're watching Third Coast Grappling 8, the underdogs, and Guaresi coming close, shooting the triangle up. Tries to kick the legs out, and he's got such a good 2-on-1 grip here. Oh, this is a beautiful cross sweep if he can hit it. Really tricky guard play. I don't know if that's going to be enough to give him the nod on the judges' scorecard, but somebody's got 13 seconds to put an exclamation point on this. Oh, and he sits back. Guaresi not opting to try and wrestle up. Time is going to expire. We're going to go to a judge's decision. Hopefully there's no confusion like there was at the end of the first 7 minutes.
I'm going to go and say it's going to go to Guaresi.
Yeah, all three judges give it to Jeferson Guaresi. Fair decision, perhaps.
Yeah.